We're turning to Afghanistan now, where some international aid organisations have partially restored work in the country after receiving assurances from the Taliban that women can work in some sectors. The International Rescue Committee and CARE are two of those that have resumed programmes in health and nutrition. So understandably a big development, which we're going to discuss now with my colleague Zarghuna Khaga, who you're an Afghan woman. You've been monitoring everything that's been going on in Afghanistan since the Taliban took control. This is a big deal.
This is a very, very vital, this is a lifeline for Afghans. As you know, it's a country in crisis, humanitarian crisis, and banning women from working within the NGOs was a big step backwards. And especially when NGOs announced that they are stopping their operations in the country, it was a devastating news for many, many Afghan families, poor families, especially in a cold winter of minus 20 degrees. People die of cold weather. So imagine in that kind of crisis situation, an NGO stop work. You are worried about your child, you're worried about your infant baby or the elderly parents you have at home. So this is a very, very big news and quite a positive news that women have been allowed now to work in some parts of the NGO work.
So let's just talk through what we know in terms of the work, because
Yes.
It's not across the board, is it?
Yes. So in December, the Taliban regime announced that Afghan women will not be allowed to work within the NGOs anymore. Then after that, the NGOs like CARE International, Save the Children or IRC stopped their operations in Afghanistan in a criticism of their approach. And now today they have announced that the NGOs say that they are resuming their operation because the Taliban government have given them reassurance that women will be able to work in some sectors. Not all. We don't know the clear guidance yet because it has not been published by the Taliban yet. But the NGOs have been given reassurance that women can work in offices. But still, that's a big news for a country where women are banned from university, where women are banned from education in school, where women are banned to travel alone without a man to far distances or far provinces. So this is a good news, a very, very important news for Afghanistan, for its people, and specifically for women.
So I don't want to add a but I'm going to, because we've heard reassurances from the Taliban before. Yes. Have they said anything officially? Will this be across the country? Because of course, regionally, these kinds of diktats differ.
Yeah, so far the news comes from the NGOs who have resumed their operations, like the Save the Children, IRC, and the CARE International, which are very big NGOs in Afghanistan. But we haven't had an official statement. We are waiting still for that kind of confirmation. Hopefully soon we will get it, because we do trust or Afghan people do trust the NGOs who work there. If they say it, it's a positive news. We take it as a positive news. But we haven't heard anything specific from the Taliban government in which sector, which details. There's no details yet. We will be following the story and hopefully we'll bring the details.
We will be back with you, I'm sure, the moment when we get any more details. For the time being, Zarghuna Khaga, thank you very much for just bringing us that, because as Zarghuna was saying, it is a big development. We are, of course, monitoring that. So stay with us here on BBC World News.